All right, so let's continue with our scene. Um, let's have a look what we got here. I'll just do BD and NQ. So we have just everything with no textures, and we see our model a bit better. So we can animate this wheel, that's fine. I mean, we already animated something like this before, so we can just put animation of the wheel, put the keyframe, and it's gonna be spinning this direction, such a keyframe, and then I can just have a look on rotation, L for linear, and then I can just make sure that after and before continues and repeat. So we have the nice spinning wheel, maybe too fast, so I'll just adjust it. Actually, I like it faster. What I don't like, and I'm not sure what's happening here, because it doesn't make any reason whatsoever, is that this object or instance, it gets crazy problematic position. It's just like it should be so simple. I don't know what the heck is happening with this. Oh, I think it's because of the dynamics now. Now I see. All right. So if I will go to frame 0, it's gonna be fine. Maybe. Wow, this looks like some car wheel who had really bad day. But anyway, yeah, that's wrong. This is wrong. I don't know how did it happen. I might have to create a new one, but oh, it works now. Just went back in the time. Okay, so I like the ship. I think the ship looks quite good, but it first of all moved too linear, too smooth, and then this thing, the stop one, I don't want to use it. So let me just destroy it. UW, bam, goodbye. Small flag is quite cute. I don't think we're gonna see it. What we will do here, we will just bring a capsule. This capsule just rotate. And we will just create basically flying air balloon. Okay, I think it's quite fine. You know, I like those details, but I don't think we need to see them. It would be cool to see the wires around that, like being wrapped around that. Thinking if I should do that, but the thing is, like, we can even add the details and put the ropes all around this, but the problem is then we need to simulate them and do all kind of stuff, and we are already creating really long tutorials, so I don't want to make it even longer. But what I want to do here is definitely remove this kind of intersection. So we just select all the points, and all the points which we see here, just delete. Need them. Yeah, I don't need them. And then those ears or whatever it is here, probably delete as well, because it's intersecting with balloon. Okay, our capsule is gonna be our new balloon. So we need to have it a little bit more subdivisions. So let me put like 12 of them. 32, 8. Okay, it's fairly smooth to me. Now it's maybe time to introduce some textures. Like again, I don't want to like spend too much time on them right now, but I just want to see what we are supposed to see. Like So what we can do, we are missing a lot of textures, so I'll just go to your render of your choice, using, as you know, Redshift, and then we're just gonna go to Asset Manager. See, we're missing a bunch of textures, so I'll just select all the missing and relink files. I will just go to Pirates folder, and then I will just download everything into C4D. So I should be able to find them there. I did not. So let me check one more time what's going on here. Try to do one more time, relink. I think it might be again probably the naming convention, but I'm pretty sure that I have the Viking ship here. So the fact it's not loading is a bit annoying, but we will figure it out. Textures, sail, there's like sail, low, normal, tech, PNG. I think the problem is that it's looking for TGA files and we are at PNG, so it's kind of annoying. But we can maybe try to do TGA replace with PNG. Now we did replace, and now when we did replace, let's just relink files one more time. C4D. No, it's just not finding them. So okay, so forget about it. Wood planks. Oh, because there is a name TGA and then PNG. I see. It's just the weird naming convention. So, okay, sorry. So now we will replace. It's such a weird naming convention. So they're using TGA, PNG. So now we're gonna replace PNG with TGA PNG. All right. Sorry for the confusion. And I'm just curious if we can find a way how to fix it. All right, now I'm officially giving up. So we have to do it manually. All right. So let's do sales. Let's come over here and go to Pirate. C4D models. We will go to our Viking ship, textures, and just sails, bales color. No, it's fine. Then we have shields, TGA PNG, base TGA PNG. It's still bugging me, but okay, let's keep moving. So it's shield, trim sheet. Stuff. I like the name, just stuff. And we got the wood planks. That's about it. Then for time being, we can even use the wood planks for our wheel. We might need something on the rims, and then the sail we can maybe put over here. So I think it's fine. Over here we can decide if we want to actually use some different color mapping. I mean, I don't even mind to have it just like this way. It looks like kind of like proper hair balloon. But we could also play with the logo, because there is a big logo on the ship. So we can use it on the side, or we can even rotate that. So we might be able just to rotate the texture and have it in the front. This is for cylindrical. Well, this is fun. Kind of like this one. Even though it doesn't have the logo, but we can kind of bring it there if we want to. Yeah. Okay, it's flat one, cubic, spatial. So now we want to have this cloth be dynamic and connected to our shape. So what we're gonna do, we will just go to simulation, rigging, and we will use cloth. One other thing we need to basically bake it towards the shape. So we don't need to animate the shape. Sorry, one more time. So right now we just put the capsule over here, and the capsule is have the cloth section on it. What we need to do, we just need to belt it, use the belt tag to link it to our shape, which is going to be animated. So over here in simulation, we could put cloth belt. So okay, sorry, here in a capsule, I will just do simulation cloth belt, and this will basically belt it towards the object. So if I will make it editable, let me see how many. Probably want to have a little bit more. I want to have some nice animation when it's gonna be falling down. Here we're gonna have more pieces, but it should be quite detailed. And then maybe even like 40. Okay. Still might be not even enough, but we'll see. And like then add subdivisions. So we have this capsule. We'll make it editable. And then we will select all the points with Control A, go to belt tag, select the shape and hit set. Okay, for some reason it was taking a little bit, but it's done. So I can turn on the drone and I can play it. Wow, look at this. Actually, love is going through the... Ooh, this is actually mesmerizing. I'm totally into the texture being static and the ship going through. I think it's quite rad. It's a mistake, but I like that mistake. But it might be a problem with the texture. If you're gonna do it this way, it might be a problem later on. So it might be better to we don't do that. Like we can also go over here and then is it Insidium? No. Material. Yeah, you don't see it there. It's in material and there is a pin material. You can see when I turn it on, it immediately stops. I kind of miss it right now. It was looking quite cool. Anyway, that's because we are dragging the geometry through the object. Am I? I'll just keep it for now, turn off. I kind of like what's happening here. And okay, what next? Then the laser coming in, then we are cutting this off. Basically, we are losing the object which was tied together. It's all good. What are we gonna do here? From now, or maybe it's, I don't know. You see how indecisive? I'm just deciding to keep it locked or not. So for time being, I'll just keep it locked. So what do we need to do now? We have the laser, and the laser will kick everything out. Also, you can see that when the geometry fall down and the gravity fall down, all those pieces, when they felt, the pivot point is going to change. The pivot point stays somewhere where it's felt, but then its dynamics happen and they will end up all the different places. And then I would restart, and you can see they are not where they are supposed to be because all the geometry is applied on them. So that's one of the annoying things which I didn't encounter before. So we have to figure out how to get rid of it. For now, this is not the most important part, so I'll just hide them. That's how to deal with it. And we will just go on our ship. Okay. And now I don't like that everything is like under the ship. It's kind of, I want to animate it, but I want to be also playful with it. So what I will do, I will convert ship to null object. Now I have basically new object, which is called the same way, the same positions, have same everything. I will go to ship, I will take position, I'll copy this position, I will come over here, I'll paste position. So now we have identical groups, and what we're gonna do, I will just delete all the keyframes in the shape, and I'll just put it underneath it. That way everything is same, but I just changed the hierarchy. I could not just do Alt J because just group it because it would like broke a lot of things. So now we have the availability to run things separately, and also we don't have to have everything under the ship. We can have stuff separately, which might be actually even helpful for when you bring with this dynamic. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it actually could be better with this. Let me try it out. So, as you can see, it's already like look better, and then I can do the same tag on the wheel, but they have separate dynamic tag. So they still fall down and break small pieces. But if I will go on the first frame, are they there? This is unbelievable. This is some glitch in Cinema 4D because those crazy wheels, they're again somewhere far in the far distance. It's annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if I have separately. Okay, now go in the first frame. Okay, now it works. So maybe if you would not apply the children track, but we could compound collision shape. But it looks like now it works. Anyway, this is a small sidetrack. What we want to do now, we want to prepare for breaking our shape. So let's use Voronoi fracture. Bring the ship underneath it. And then the lasers will come in this moment. So they will shoot it right now in this moment. So what we can do, we can, for example, use cube, and this cube we will just turn on the Voronoi. This cube we will just make it as a basically slice, like guillotine. Just want to put it when the moment where we are hitting the ship with the lasers here and here. We'll go to those cubes. Ah, okay. So let me just give them some subdivisions. Okay, and then in this Voronoi fracture, I can just say use the sources, but also use those cubes. Turn on the Voronoi. So we should see basically more details or more broken parts behind those cubes. Around there. They're kind of straight, but it looks like they are there. And then we can have also way more pieces, maybe 60 pieces. Those shields, they could be separate. But let me try first to have them like this. And for fun, I think this could be kind of extreme, but we can try to use simulation tech and the collider body. So when it will become active, no, this is not the way. So we can't do it this way. We need to put the tag on the Voronoi fractures. So we'll be applying to all the children's. So let's play one more time. So you probably can start frame later. Okay, so we can see the cuts here with the lasers. That's quite good. The timing, it doesn't look really good, but otherwise we are getting something out of it. Let me see. Probably won't be able to see it really well from the front, but let's say we have our boat floating in. All these things, it looks like it's a little bit offset. Oh, no, it's probably fine. So we have our boat floating in. We open the laser. Okay, and in this moment, it's already supposed to be kind of exploding. Why it's not exploding is because our ship have animated dynamics later on. What we can do is that we can... Okay, this is gonna be interesting. To get the best results, let me try to do these things. For our ship, we don't want to be immediately, we want to be on collision. So I will delete the keyframe on dynamics. So basically on the collision, it will animate this. Then I will duplicate our cubes because I like them. So I put them lower, make them visible. Then the original cubes, which we are using for slicing, I'll delete them, the tags. So now we have two new cubes over here, which their only reason or their only function will be used for slicing our shape. So what I will do, I will just make them way more narrow. And then I will select them over here, put them somewhere here. Basically, they are roughly copying the lasers. So we set the frame, start hitting around here, 1400 or 114. Let's say start 114. So 113, we have already put the keyframe on those cubes. And now within the few frames, I just want to fly through. We just like sliced it. And those are the dynamic tags. So now let's have a look on from the beginning. If we did everything right, the particles, we have the particles. We have the ship going on. As you can see, the simulation is already slower because it seems that Cinema 4D constantly calculating and checking if there is no explosion or no problem is gonna happen. So you might adjust it as well. I can fix it, it's easy. And now we are slowly getting to the point where we should have the collision. So we shoot with the lasers. And let's see. It works in some way and in some way it doesn't. So let's see in which way it works and which doesn't. Let me just jump closer. You can just go over, have a look. I'll just go frame by frame. Okay, so we shoot those things through, fly through, which is fine. There's a lot of weird inside intersection, so I just do kind of crazy effect. I wouldn't mind even push more pieces outside of this, so it could be even thicker. But you can see like some pieces, they fly away this direction, which is exactly what I want. So I might even do more. And you can see how many parts has this boat actually. The problem is we need all the pieces down, but some of them are not. Now what's happening if we're gonna go to ship right now and we will switch from on collision to immediate. And now everything starts falling down. Isn't it great? So we can use on collision, but we basically, well, we don't need to calculate this thing entire all the time and checking if it's colliding or not. So we might go over here, like frame 100, then we're gonna turn on dynamics, and before the frame 100, the dynamics are off. So now it's way faster in the beginning. It doesn't have to calculate nothing. It's just showing our Voronoi object. And then we have our cubes, which we'll be using as sliders. I'll make them a little bit thicker. I'll give more details. And for Voronoi fracture, we can maybe use less parts, or let me just turn this off and see how it looks when we're only using the slider parts. Yeah, if I use them, it doesn't do like some nice stuff. It's just kind of like whatever. So maybe we can even here extend those pieces and we don't even make one pieces. Should be fine. So this is just giving our more details in the places where we are slicing the shape, and the generator, the point generator distribution, they're just giving us the original random parts. So, and if you don't want to see, we can also, in the object, we can turn off the colorization. And now let's just see what's gonna happen. So we have our shape going on. Lasers coming here. And then we like shoot through and you can see like it push parts away. So it's looking quite good. And then eventually, like, we need everything to fall down. So we'll just focus on the last bit, shooting the laser. And in this moment, when the entire ship is basically sliced, then we can go to Voronoi, dynamic, and just switch the trigger from on collision to immediate. It will just make sure that all of the parts fall down. And we might start focusing on our balloon, because our balloon is supposed to be sliced as well when the laser is going up. I'm not saying that we are done with the ship, but I just like to get moving and finish the dynamic sooner. So, and with the balloon, what we can do, we can actually take those cylinders we are using as I don't think I'll be rendering them, I didn't decide yet. They're just more for us to see what's happening. But when we already have them, let's just go here, simulation, and then you probably don't see it, but then it's, oh, sorry. Where is the cloth simulation? Oh yeah, it was in simulation. So there's a cloth collider. So I'll just bring the cloth collider, and then on our balloon, as to find it faster in the cloth settings, just go down. I will use steer, and then I will, with alt click, go to simulate. Oh, they move it. Oh no, here. Cloth cache tool. I'm sorry, I feel they moved it. All right, so the cloth surface used to be in simulate, now it's over here. So it's in objects, cloth surface. I'll just bring it there, and now let's play it. And also in terms of the camera, can bring all this stuff to camera, and we don't need to see one of those. So let me just see. The animation, it's a bit slow, but still okay, 10 frames. And now let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so our ship is being like cut through, which is great. Our capsule though, even though we have this cluster, it's doing nothing. And we'll find out why in a second. We have the dynamic. Oh, of course, because we have this belt on our ship. And all the points, they are still 100% holding the same spot. Maybe reduce them to 50% just to see. Like now it's gonna be more kind of wobbly and not keeping up so well. But if the lasers works, we should be able to see they will somehow affect the balloon when they shoot it. All right. So now we shot it. And you can see that the polygons, they are kind of ugly, but we can like work with that. So what we might have to do, we might have to basically even turn off the influence. So it will eventually fall down. But before this happen, Okay, let me don't move the cylinder. Let's don't animate this, the radius. I'll just keep the radius as it is for now, and because I'm using it as this distraction tool. And our influence, we'll just put it fairly loose, and our position. What I don't like is the regularity. It's like really regular shape. And because of that, when we will cut it, it just creating like really straight holes. We can try to go in the polygon and trying to bring a capsule again. And then just see if you have some different type of... No, we don't have another type of mesh generating. So that's fine. Let's think what we can do with this. Because you could also break it with Voronoi, which is not the worst idea. It would give us some irregularity. Yeah, let me try Voronoi on this. And then this Voronoi we will have 200 pieces, even more, 500 pieces, even more, 1,000 pieces, even more, 2,000 pieces. Okay, 2,000 pieces, that's quite a lot. So now we'll make it editable. So we have a crazy amount of editable pieces. And now we will select all of them and hit connect and delete. So I just a little bit broke the mesh. It shouldn't be so heavy. And we still should have tag. Now the tag is gone. That's okay. So we'll just do simulation cloth. Okay, I don't think the Voronoi is the right way. Maybe it is, I don't know. It's good heavy. So I want to get rid of this like really clear the breakup, and I think what we can just do, we can just use the cut, and we can just cut a few times. Look, just want to have more details in those areas. Okay. Mm. All right, so we just want to have a little bit more details over here. So I'll just cut a few times. Maybe still more. We're just looking for more definition. Okay, this is too much. Okay. You want to have any holes in our balloon? Maybe. Okay, so we got like more cuts. Now our balloon falling down because we changed the amount of the points. So we might have to go to Baltec again. We might have to select all our points, select all of them, move our balloon, uh, move our object of the balloon back. Sorry. Go over here. Then we will just select our all points. So just go to point mode, select them, and then set selection or set points. Then we bring back to our simulation tag cloth. We will make sure we have turned on tier and be sure that we have all points connected. Okay, now they are. We probably wouldn't have to put all the points connected. We could use some vertex map also, but I mean, this kind of works. So we have the balloon coming through. We don't have the 100%. We have just like around influence 50%. We could have even smaller, but the smaller is gonna be like too much lacking. So we have this, and now we will be cutting it. So we cut the ship. And we cut the balloon. I kind of would like to see the explosion of the balloon, which is not really happening. Which I'm a little bit disappointed. And I think what we can do here, we can actually choose to tier like way bigger number. And then the influence in the moment when it start hitting, like it's somewhere here in the beginning, you just start cutting into it. It will lose so much air that basically the influence will be slowly fading away. So as we start cutting the balloon, by the end we are cut through, the balloon already have zero air or anything which could be holding it back. You can actually do it even sooner. So we are interested in the frame around 100. So let's just, oh, it's still bound, so it's maybe from 80. So let's see now. We're cutting through. We are cutting through balloon. Look at this. It's like way nicer. It's like almost we would expect explode, but it did not. Maybe we can put even bigger number. Like, let me see if we can put even like a higher number. Just this balloon settle up. Okay. Okay. I think it's cool. The problem is that the entire ship fall down and the balloon is still there. I almost like feel it should sooner react when the balloon is falling down. So what we can do, we can actually move those tags, and when the balloon start being hit, which is like around 115, we basically immediately start losing the balloon. So it start falling down. It just like hit affect everything. Then consequentially, the laser is going through and they will cut the balloon. And maybe 180 is too much, but I like bigger number. The bigger number give you bigger pieces of the cloth trying to hold together. If you put too small number, they will be scattered for tiny pieces. Another thing, a lot of pieces falling through the ground. So what are we gonna do? We'll take the plane, we'll make it editable, select it, and ooh, this is cool. I was not supposed to do, but I'll select the plane, and here you can see if you're extruding, you can create a cap. So I mean, we want to keep the position where we are. So we want to keep it on the plane 0. So if I will extrude it by, say, 10 centimeters, just make sure I'll put it lower by 10. So it's still the same position. Why I'm doing this? Because it's thicker. The objects won't be flying through our geometry, because right now you see how many objects fly through. It's only because it was so thin that Cinema 4D couldn't calculate on one frame if it's intersecting or not, so it just fly through. If you have thicker object than Cinema 4D, unless you are really fast, there is a big probability that in 2 frames it's going to be between this distance. So Cinema 4D knows it's colliding and it will stay on the top. So this is one thing we want to do. And then another thing for this plane, which is going to be basically part of the environment, it's our ground. We want to also be sure that the cloth won't not flying through, so we put cloth collider as well. So now with all those changes, let's come back, and also I don't like the moment where it's froze our hot balloon. So okay, let's say this. So we get our balloon slowly heading towards the brighter future. And now we are opening our door and start shooting with lasers. I think it's quite good. I think it's quite good. Put it one more time. Okay, so definitely those lasers clearly going through, and you can see like how they're destroying it. Then also on the subdivision surface, 0, you can put 2. It doesn't do crazy stuff, but you can add like more wrinkles, more details to the entire cloth. I mean, 5 is totally overkill. 1 is usually enough. I think 2 will be plenty. But that's more for render. Like for now, we are fine. Could still like reduce the amount of the polygons to have a bit more details there, because it's kind of getting stuck with the laser. And I'm still not 100% sure about this like falling down, when it should start falling down, when entire ship is exploding. I before used to have it slightly different. We could still somehow affect the balloon and hit it. Like if you look in the previous scene here, it got hit and everything started immediately falling down, and then the balloon fall down. So it's actually immediate. When they got hit, the balloon fall down. So maybe I could keep it in that way. Let me see one more time how we got it now. Hitting the balloon is frozen a little bit. Okay, and when we're gonna connect it with the hit. Okay, so this is connecting with the hit, and we will start falling down immediately. Now we should be able to cut through. I wouldn't mind the front of the balloon like be destroyed as well. I kind of like it in the previous version, even though I really like this cutting through. You might need to like create one more laser. But you know what? I will do. I'll take one of those lasers and I will make duplicate, and I'll just move it closer to us So just this tipping, then I will make it a little bit wider. And I'll make it invisible. So now we should be able to have some more details, and also cutting the tip of the balloon. Yeah, kind of like it. Now everything falling down. We got big mesh, and here we'll have our pirate who's gonna fall down, and there's gonna be some enemies start crawling towards to him. So we got the dynamic, we got the simulation. So maybe let's just see if the timing is right. And then we can start working on our pirate. And now I'm thinking we might maybe do it. No, let's do the characters at once. Okay, let's first be set up on the overall look. Okay, so we don't need to see the work plane, and we will just make a really quick preview. So we will just do viewport. We might do, oh, this is interesting. What the resolution we were working on? 24, all right, 24, all frames. Small resolution is plenty. Viewport settings, filters. We don't want to see the work plane, work grid. Let's load it. PNG. Project. Now we just see the timing of entire thing. All right, so this is our preview, which tells us more about how the project is going. So let's have a look what we got here. The ship is flying, surprise moment, cutting out, and everything falling down. I think, in general, it works. Like it's we got what we want. We have flying ship. We have a moment of surprise. We have the lasers. Maybe with the lasers, this moment when it's actually have this recoil and jump back, which is perfect. But then when it's kind of like going down, there is this kind of weird jump. Maybe we could. It's with the cannons. It looks a little bit funky. But other than that, I think it works well. What I don't like that much, I still think this moment is all fast. I was telling you in the beginning it should be 2 seconds, then we were trying to keep it about 1. And now from the moment of the hit, 114, if we have 2 seconds, we'll be around here. I think if you look at it now, like open the door, orange, red is a red shoot. So the spectator will like see that it's coming in, aim, go red, which can probably, how many frames is between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not so bad. I mean, it could probably be like this. I mean, I would probably give like tiny bit more time. The surprise would happen a little bit sooner, so you have like time to register more like what you are looking at. Like, oh, what is this? This is some turret. Oh, this is red. Like because sooner it will shoot, sooner will take attention from its own on the ship, back on the ship. So If you want to give him some time, he's basically starting here, 97, and then already shooting like 115. So we don't have even 1 second to see this robot, and that's a little bit alarming. It's 15 frames, it's not enough. So I would extend it. I will extend it maybe by 10 frames, so we'll have a little bit more time. Jump now. Okay. Yeah, I will give him a little bit more time. And then also the ship is really in the center almost. Like if you want to squeeze it on Instagram in the square, that's great because this can actually fit in the square. But if you are supposed to make it like, if you want to keep it horizontal, then the ship is too much to the center and it'll be better to offset it more towards the left. I'm not sure what's going to be the promotion materials and stuff like that. So I might do something between. I might just have a few more frames on the animation, move this a little bit left. But otherwise, I think we are good to go. Like we can't spend too much time here on this. So we'll just keep moving forward and start animating the next part, which is the characters. So let me do the quick changes I was just telling you about. So first we have our ship. So if I will take our ship, I can take the entire ship model here and just take the animation mode, or we can just take this ship animation mode, just move it a little bit, like nothing crazy. No, 10 centimeters is fine. Then our balloon, you can move it with it, which we did not. So let me just move it with it. Oh, here's the problem. We can't do that. So we'll just move it by 10 centimeters and we'll move the balloon. As you can see, we need to switch back to model mode. Oh, not even that, object mode. Oh, it doesn't allow me because we have the cloth on it. So we can turn it off, move it 10 centimeters, turn it back on. Oh, that bastard. He remembers the position. Okay. So the next thing is, we know our values, we know 160, so we can just delete it. Move it 10 centimeters, and then it goes to simulation, and then I would put the cloth back. Now the cloth is back, and I will put tier 160, and I will delete the tag, because I want to see this. Okay, I mean, this is mesmerizing to me. I don't want to see the logo there, but I want to keep seeing this kind of like coming through the surface. It kind of helps you to see the Z-space, how it's going through. Then I may need to go to sail. It's a shame because the logo, I like the texture otherwise of everything. I just don't want to have the logo there. But we might be able to figure it out in Photoshop quite quickly. So should I do it now or should I do it when we'll be dealing with textures? Yeah, let me deal with it now. So go to Photoshop. There's some parts of the ship which seems like it's lost their color. I'm going to have a look if I by accident didn't delete some texture. Or we will deal with all the textures when we are dealing with them. Let me just quickly go to Colossal. Let's do this quickly. Colossal, Pirate, C4D model. We are Viking ship texture. Then we have this base color. We bring it in, and let me just do this. See how good can Photoshop deal with this? Shift F5, content aware, boom. Not bad, not bad. Content aware. Okay. So we get the cleanup. We might have to do it for roughness as well, but fine. So we just have it like this, and we will just make it color version 2 as a copy. Now I can go back here, just update our material. And we have just this kind of weird hypnotizing shape. Then we got a cut by laser. As I said, I wouldn't mind to have a little bit extension. So with the gun, mainly with the gun, and with the door. So plus door, I will just, and we have this over here, jump in. Okay, so this is the moment which you need to extend. So I will just take this and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We just extended 8 frames. And then we have to do it in the shape, with the shape, with those collision objects, and with hit. But it's like hit actually being same. We're just animating this sooner, so it should be all good. So we have hypnotizing shape going on. And then opening the door. Perfect. I'm not sure it was much better in terms of... Did I offset also the ball flying, the sphere? Oh, I think I did not. So this sphere, which is actually shooting through, should be offset as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can also just go to frame functions and go to move and offset, and you don't have to calculate it by, but it's okay. It doesn't kill you to once in a while to calculate. So let's see this one more time with the ship coming on, opening. Laser zone. It's actually waiting for a long time, but okay. I think it's good. So, and this mail or whatever it's called, I think it's a bit far from the ship. Oh, what's going on here? Wheel. Maybe just gonna intersect a little bit, or maybe just make it narrower. Just feel somehow wrong. Jump again because of the dynamics. Oh dear. Oh, it's because of we have the keyframe on location here. Okay, so we don't want to have keyframes on any positions. And we don't want to have keyframes on any scale. So now we can, not this way. Come on. You know, it's intersecting, but just make it look good from this angle. Okay, it does intersecting. So what I will do here, I will scale it down a little bit. I said little bit. The question is if you want to have it more in the back, forward. They look kind of cool in the back as well, but okay, we might need to have some system here, or at least something which is holding the stick. Okay, and then from here, I think our timing is fine. So yeah, let's just do test render. Let's just do test render, and after that, we will let's just do test render, and after that, we will animate the characters. So let's see in a second.